who you are and how you go forward now?
Well, I was talking to guys on the tour just now, and the shaping of who I am now started well before basketball. My grandfather grew up in Starksville, Mississippi, and most of my family is from Mississippi. So he started off with me at a young age on educating me on what's going on in the country and just making me understand how civil rights and human rights are important. And if I ever was put in a position to impact that it was my duty to step forward despite the critics and to have a voice about it and to get involved. And so growing up in Los Angeles, obviously I saw a lot. I saw a lot of violence, black on black crime. I saw a lot of police brutality. I saw a lot of economic despair. And as I went through that, I tried to absorb as much as possible. And I tried to be in tune with everything that was going on around me as a young man. And I think once I experienced the riots and the not guilty verdict after we saw on video camera a black man being beaten in the streets by multiple police officers for speeding. I think that is when the switch went on with me. And I wasn't the type of guy that was gonna go out and protest violently. That just wasn't who I was. That wasn't who my family raised me to be. But right then I knew at some point I was gonna have to get involved. And to see my neighborhood destroyed, to see as I'm driving down the 110 freeway, South Central LA catching fire, coming from a spring league game. The riots literally started 5 blocks from my high school at Tom's Liquor. And that's where you see on video Reginald Denny being hit with the brick. And basically that is where it all transpired. So it was very close to home. And so, my mom always reminded me of my promise to my grandfather. And unfortunately, my grandfather fell to gun violence on our front porch by 3 young men who had followed him home from a bank. Robbed him, shot him, and as tough as the old man was, he chased them off and threw a rock through the windshield, and he collapsed there. But I just kept seeing these things happen, and I said, you know what? When my time comes, I'm gonna jump in with both feet. And we were just saying, some things are just meant to be. I never thought I'd come to Memphis, but for me to come here this summer during this time to be a head coach for the first time, you can't tell me that wasn't meant to be. For Dwayne Wade to go to Chicago, where I would have bet my salary that Dwayne Wade would have retired a Miami Heat basketball player. But for him to all of a sudden go to Chicago during the worst time in the city's history, and then his cousin falls to gun violence, that's meant to be. And so we're being called to our duty. And I think that, with guys like Vince, Mike Conley, other guys on our team who this is deeply affecting, I think it's time for us to step forward.